Okay, plenty of other games in the Premier League this weekend. Rob, I want to talk briefly about Burnley against Manchester United. Now, United in midweek, it looks good on paper. It was a close game against Bayern Munich. If you watched the game, you might have seen something slightly different. Did it just wallpaper over the cracks? And we can't suddenly say that there's no crisis if there was a crisis last week and they still haven't won a game. So what do you think about this game for Manchester United and going to Burnley? Is it one of these things that they've got very little to gain, but a heck of a lot to lose?
Yeah, exactly that. Probably. I think it's just a really awkward fixture for where United are at the moment. 8 p.m. at Turf Moor, a team managed by Vincent Kompany, a City legend who will be bouncing off the dressing room walls, trying to get his team up to play Manchester United, who he will know, even though he didn't say in his press conference, Vincent Kompany will know that this is a Man United team that are very, very vulnerable. His Burnley team, obviously, are looking for a first Premier League win of the season. It's just awkward. And you're right. If United win, then, obviously United should win and it's not a huge result. If they were to draw or to even lose, it would be, crisis on crisis on crisis, because that's where we are. I think the Bayern Munich result probably did paper over the cracks a little bit. Being in the stadium, it certainly didn't feel like a 4-3 game. It felt like a 6-2 to Bayern game that happened to finish 4-3. Not a 4-3 Champions League thriller, but more United hanging on for dear life, really, by the end of it. I'm amazed that they managed to score 3 times and Bayern only managed to score 4. It was that kind of performance. So, again, United are expected to win, but they're not defending well. They're not coping well with setbacks in games. And the atmosphere at Turf Moor on Saturday will be terrific. And it's going to be a really, really tough game for Man United. They need to win. I know we're not in October yet, and it's cliche, and it's probably far too early, but it's must win. That's where we're at. They have to win.
Well, it's easy to have a go at Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world. However, if you look at it the other way, because that's only fair. I mean, people can take their sides. Our job is to be critical when it needs to be, but also to be pretty balanced and subjective. So if they do win, that gives something for Eric Ten Hag to build on. People can say, yeah, but it was only Burnley, but they've got to get a win from somewhere. And when they kind of reach here, once they go back up the way, they've got to start somewhere. So if they do get the win, it might be something that he can look on and say, yep, okay, we've hit where we didn't want to be, but now we're on the way back up. Do you think they will get the win?
You don't know what to expect with United at the moment. They had a home game against Nottingham Forest, and I said, yeah, they'll win, it'll be comfortable, and they were 2-0 down inside 4 minutes. I thought that they would do all right against Brighton, and they were played off the park, and it could have been 6-1 rather than 3-1. So I don't know. But you're right. They can only play the teams who are put in front of them, and Burnley would be a really good start if they were to play well. And even if they weren't to play particularly well, if they were to win, it would give them something to build on and turn the season around. Because after Burnley, I think 6 of the next 7 games in all competitions are at home. That is a run of games where you could really start to inject some life into the season. They did it last year. They started really poorly against Brighton and Brentford, and then won a game against Liverpool that no one expected them to win. And suddenly it was this trigger for quite a long run of decent results. And that was the foundation for them to turn the season around and eventually win the Carabao Cup and finish in the top 4. So they need something like that. They need a trigger to turn the season around. And as much as they will go to Burnley and be expected to win because it's Manchester United, they have to get the job done. They're in a place now where they aren't doing that at the moment, but they have to start somewhere, and it has to start against Burnley.
Rob, thank you for your time as always. Enjoy your football this weekend, and we'll speak to you soon.